Now, survival training. Survival training is important because if something was to happen, I hope you're not in the group of people who believe that as soon as the smaller things happen, like a war or the government becomes tyrannical or whatever, you're gonna just flee to the woods and you're gonna stay there forever and you're gonna live a happy life ever after. But that is not the case, especially if you have a powerful government coming after you. Although it is important to have that knowledge because, let's say, like I mentioned a minute ago with the scenario where there's an invasion force coming through and they're going to be in your area within 5 hours, then you're going to have to go into the woods, into a safe haven. And if you're going through there, you're going to have to know some survival training. You're going to have that in order for you to be able to navigate through the woods successfully outside of the main roads, because that's where all the military will first go through, because that's the path of less resistance. So that is the reason why it's important for you to have the survival training. And along with that, the Bogut bags, not only for you but everybody in your alliance, including children. There's gonna be a totally different backpack from an adult, from a children, but everybody needs to have it and have at least the very basic essentials. All right. The next thing is a Bogut vehicle. You're going to have a Bogut vehicle that is going to get you to another place faster. And hopefully you have hardened your car to be resistant to an EMP. There's several ways to doing that. All right. The only thing that you really have to worry about during an EMP with a vehicle is that the computer chip inside of it, the computer that pretty much makes the entire car work, that is not damaged. Now, you can either try to find a way to wrap it to where there's a minimal exposure to an EMP. The next best thing to do is to buy another computer that will go with the model of your car and to put it up in a EMP proof, Faraday cage or EMP proof bag and stuff like that. That way, if an EMP does happen, and your car no longer works because the computer is not working anymore, then you can replace it, and that can give you the ability to have a car when crap hits the fan. All right, that is one of the ways to do it. The next thing is bug allocation. You're gonna have to have a place to go, whether it is the place that you live right now, and you're gonna make everything ready for when crap hits the fan where you live now. That's fine, but you're gonna have to have another place to go if crap does hit the fan, where you can flee the area. Okay, hopefully you don't live in the city. If you live in the city or in the suburbs, you have to understand that you're in the worst place possible, especially if you don't have like a quarter acre in your property, because that is not defensible. Okay, if BLM or anybody else can come through and they're able to throw a Molotov cocktail from the edge of the road towards your house and hit it with no problem, then you have a problem. Okay. You want to have enough space between the main road and your house to where if they throw rocks, Molotov cocktails, whatever it is that they may have, they can't even get anywhere near. That's the type of terrain or the way you want to have your house set up, and that's what you want to do with your bug allocation. All right, and maybe people are coming to your house. For you, it's going to be your bug location. For everybody else in your line, it's going to be their bug location. Or everybody can put money together to buy a place or to buy a property out in the country that is going to be very remote, and everybody goes there when crap hits the fan. All right, and you're going to have everything in place: your food, your water, your animals, your communication, your weapons, everything. And of course, make sure that nobody can break into it and just take everything before you get there. All right, so you're gonna have to take all those steps, and everything can be achieved a lot easier with an alliance. All right, the next thing is hygiene. Hygiene is gonna be one of the most important things, because what I've learned and what I've seen in other countries, especially, I come from a poor country, one of the ways that people get diseases very fast, or they get, skin rashes and stuff like that, is because of the lack of hygiene. Not because they don't want to shower, they don't want to be clean, but because they don't have the ability to. They don't have the soaps, the shampoos, the rags and everything like that to be able to clean themselves and keep all the disease away. And that's what we've seen in Venezuela. That's what we've seen in Mexico. That's what we've seen in Honduras and other places in Africa and stuff like that. All right, hygiene becomes a very important thing right away. So that is the reason why it has made the list, because everybody in the alliance have to have one specific person that takes care of that, and they're the ones that accumulate all the shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrushes. You know, they're gonna know, or they're gonna find a way to make their own soap naturally, to have everything they need for everybody else to be able to take a shower and, you know, not contaminate your drinking supply or anything like that. Or at least, you know, if you're gonna use part of your drinking supply, it has to be on the essential parts of your body that are gonna be clean, so disease doesn't set in. All right. And finally is clothing. Clothing is the final important one, because what we learned in Texas, you know, this is a very recent example, is that you only have two extremes on the weather: very, very cold and very, very hot. All right. Hot is not that difficult to prepare for, because, you know, you can get so naked before they call the police, and there's nothing else you can do besides that. You know, I'm talking about clothing wise. But when it gets cold, you know, you can bundle up, you can have a lot of clothing on you, the right shoes, the right socks, you know, the good fabric that's going to keep you warm, like wool and, you know, fleece and stuff like that. Those are the ones that you can stock up on and prepare. That is the reason why one person in your alliance has to take care of that. And even though it may seem like they have the easiest one, it's really not, because you have to take care of shoes, socks, undergarments, you know, pants, shirts, sweaters, jackets, hoods, gloves, scarves, face coverings, and everything. So the clothing is also a very important one, because you want to prepare for the worst case, which would be extreme cold, especially if you're running through the woods and somebody's chasing you and you cannot just build a fire, because then you're going to give your position away. All right. So I really hope that this talk about war really open your eyes, that we could potentially be in a nuclear war in the next month. Okay, the internet is going to go away, communication is going to go away, your power may go away, stuff like that. We're going into the spring. You have to make sure that you take care of, at the very least, the supply chain. Okay, the way that I've explained to you. That way you can be in a much better position than millions of Americans all throughout the country. All right, so I really hope you enjoyed this information. Please share this information with your friends and family all throughout your social media, because this information needs to get out. People need to learn how to prepare, especially if they're going to start preparing for the first time. If you have been a prepper for a while and I've opened your eyes to certain things, then hurry up and get adjusted. All right, hurry up and have the sense of urgency and do everything you can in order for you to be prepared for you, your family, and your alliance.
The Man-Made Survival Show.